I'm Serena Delmassi. I'm a systemic coach, working both in the Middle East and in Europe. I'm with Alain Cardon.
Yes, Alain Cardon. I'm French. I'm an international coach. I was raised in Egypt and master certified coach from the International Coach Federation.
Alain, I've noticed that there are a lot of women expats in the Middle East occupying key positions.
Mm-hmm.
What would be an advice to them?
Oh, advice. Well, I haven't noticed this, so it shows that you have an awareness of development in the Middle East. For expat women, well, it's to really understand the culture and know how to work with it. For instance, if you take a situation like we have now, which is to be a man and a woman alone in a context in the Middle East, the situation is rather improbable culturally. Unless we're from the same family. In other words, if you were my sister or if you were my mother. In the Middle East, if we were alone in a room in such a situation, the connotations or the context would say that if we're not of the same family, then we can move into a much more personal relationship immediately. That's the context. Mm-hmm. So if a woman is to lead in the Middle East, the context, the cultural context would mean that she needs to position herself in a mother position. Mm. Okay. And this is managing Middle Eastern cultures. If you are in the mother position, it justifies that you have a leadership role, and it justifies that you may be alone with a man in the same room, and that the sexual dimension, the sexual context, has no place. Mm-hmm. If you're on the same level, this happened once. I heard about this story where a woman was in the same room with a man who started making advances. And she says, she reacted immediately saying, I'm really sorry. The only reason for which I am in the same room alone with you is I consider you to be my brother. Mm. Or else I would not be here. And the behavior of the man completely changed because it's much more important to be considered somebody's brother than to be considered just another guy. Yeah. So there's automatic context definitions that happen in the Middle East that need to be well understood by men and women and so on, to be able to function in that cultural environment, respecting the rules and using the rules. So now, obviously, in a coaching context, we don't give advice. No. Okay, but it's useful, I would say, for a coach in the Middle East to really understand the cultural context, to help clients, and especially women clients and foreign women clients, to understand how that cultural context almost defines everything before you even start, and then how you can use that cultural context to be able to achieve goals in a normal corporate world, in a man and woman relationship.
Yeah. I understand. It's pretty systemic too.
Yes, everything is.
Everything is.
It's rather systemic if you look at it that way.
Yes, well I do. Thank you, Alain.
Yes,